In this video, I want to show you a couple of different ways of making borders for your designs. So the first way to make a border is to come up here to the motif library, so load motif, and here we've got a section called borders. If we click into borders, you can see we've got a library of ready-made borders that we can use straight away to add to our designs. Really lots of different ideas here, something for everybody. So I'm just going to choose one, something relatively simple. I think this is rather fetching. So you can see when I select that, it loads the mouse with the design, and I can drop it down wherever I want. So let's put my first piece there. Now I want to zoom in a little bit and use my locator window to place that there. Now you can see the mouse stays loaded. So I can just position that again 2 squares away and put my next piece of border in and my next piece of border in. So you can see our repeat goes like that. Now when I want to come to a corner, I can put in one of the corner motifs. If I come back up here to load motifs, go to borders, here we have a corner piece. Select OK. And that gives us our corner now. I'm not quite sure how it's going to drop in. So let's put it there. Right. So what I can see there is that it's gone obviously the wrong way around for me. So I'm going to select that, and then I can come over here to the right and rotate it. Now I need to rotate that by 180 degrees to give me the right way around. And what I'm going to do is, rather than putting it there, because that will give me a blue one where I don't want it, I'm actually just going to drop that over the top of that one. There we go. There's my corner in place. Now, of course, you didn't have to do that. If you just wanted to select part of the design yourself, you can do that. And then you can use some of the things over here to flip that. You can mirror it vertically. Let's do that. And then let's select that part of the design and move that to where we want it. So you can see you can do whatever you like with these border designs. If we pop that one there, look, then we can delete the part that we don't want and carry on in a pattern. You can do really a lot with those border motifs up here in the motif library. So have a play with those. That's one way to make borders for yourself. Now let's delete that because I want to show you another way as well. So another way is to select the area that you want to border, and let's select a nice big area in the middle of my design like this. And we can come up here to functions, stitching, and then down at the bottom here we've got border wizard. So let's select that. Now, in this border wizard, you can select a motif and options for the edges of the border. And the motif is going to be repeated along the edges of the border with the rotation that you give it. Now, there are lots of different options, and I'm not going to take you through every single one here, but you can see if you try out these different options, you're going to have different results. But first of all, we want to select a motif to use. Now let's say I've got an animal design and I want a nice border of these little birds going all the way around my design. Select next and you have other options. So you can select different motif to use in the corner. You can select no rotate for those. I mean, all of these options are going to give you different effects. So all I'm going to do is just show you one example of how I would make a border. So let's choose a different motif to go in the corners. Let's have this woodpecker. Why not? And then click finish. And it's working. And can you see there that it's put my border of little dippers all the way around? It's rotated them. And then it's put my rotated woodpeckers in the corner. Now, obviously, that's not terribly successful, but you get a sense of what is possible. It's probably too big a motif to be using as a corner border, But I just want to show you how you can then use those motifs in the motif library and that border wizard to start making borders of your own. Let's get rid of this, move down. So you can just do Control Z and then it will undo your border one motif at a time. Move back up using that locator window all the time. There we are, we've got rid of our border. So then manually is the other way you can create a border. So if you've got a motif that you've drawn, let's just choose a nice colour, nice purple. Let's just draw a little flower design. Let's put some little green bits in here. Let's go back to my purple. Make my flower a bit bigger. And let's give it a different colour in the centre. Okay, so let's assume that's very quickly, that's my border design. What I'm going to do is select that. And then I can edit, copy it, or Control C, and then I can edit, paste it, or Control V, and it will load the mouse with where my motif is. So I can pop him there. I'm actually going to put him one space closer. There we go. And then it keeps the mouse loaded. Now, what's actually a really good idea is to select just the design. There we are, Control Copy. Now you can see I've got some red marks here. They will actually disappear as I move around the design. To get rid of the loaded mouse, just right click. And when I move down the design, I move back up. That's just a screen issue. Those red boxes stay there. They're not actually there. You can always just use the locator window as you zoom in and out to make sure that your design is at the center. So let's just copy that one more time. Control C, Control V. So, pop my border in. Then, when I want to go around the corner, I can just Control copy this, paste it. Come down a bit. Let's paste it. Make sure we're in the right place. Paste it below here. And then right click, select that again using the selection tool. So it's a bit fiddly, you're going to need to keep coming in, keep coming out, keep using different tools. You can then rotate that 90 degrees and move it up. And then we've got one half of my border. We can paste it again underneath. I need to zoom in a bit, I can't see what I'm doing there. So come down, see I've put it in the wrong place. It's not lining up nicely. So we select it again, move it over. There we are, and then I can paste again. Select it. Rotate it 90 degrees. Move it up. Oh, what's happened there? Select it. When I've rotated it, it has gone over my other piece of design. So we'll move it there so it's out of the way, doesn't interfere with the rest of my design. And what we should have there is our complete border. You can then draw inside that. So that's 3 ways to make a border. 1 using the borders within the library, 1 using the motifs within the library and the border wizard function, and 1 just manually by drawing it yourself.